beautiful morning. Look at this. It's around 7 a.m. I've started to pack the camp. I'll show you more of this camp setup later when I get better time to set it up and it's more light outside, because you can't really see how I was sleeping now. But basically there is 3 of these mattresses, and then I have my sleeping bag, and then Pekko will sleep just beside me here. So now we will go and make some breakfast for me and Pekko, because we didn't eat that much yesterday. So I'm actually kind of hungry, and that's very strange. We use 10% on camp mode, so make sure you charge enough. It's depending on temperature outside, of course, but for now we camp for about 6 hours, and we use 10%. So I think we'll just go to the supercharger in Levanger. No, we will go to the one in Verdalen. Let's see how far it is. 18 minutes. Then I'll plug in. I think we will get a warm battery before then, and then we will try to make some breakfast over there at the supercharger. I think that's a good idea. And if we charge too much, which we probably will, we will just unplug when we are nearing about 90%. I think it's a good idea, because it's 18 minutes, so I can drive a little bit hard and warm up the battery. Or it really doesn't matter if we get slow charging either, because we need breakfast. We are plugged in. This is a 250 kilowatt Tesla V3 supercharger. There are 12 stalls, and all of them are ready for use. No one here. Okay, 133 kilowatts. That's fine. We have a cold battery, that's why we don't get closer to 200 kilowatts. You see it'll ramp up soon. While we are charging here, I'll try to make some breakfast. Let's make some food. We are here at the Verdal supercharger, charging up pretty high because we want to get some kilometers in. No one else here, 250 kilowatts, everything works as expected. Making some breakfast, egg and bacon, that's a classic one. And Pekko got his food and he's happy. Okay, I'm going to enjoy my breakfast. Of course, we are at 87%, which is way too high state of charge. But I need to eat, and Pekko has gone for a little walk, so we are ready to go as soon as I have eaten my breakfast. We can actually make it all the way to Rana with 1%. If you don't know, that's a 5 hour and 30 minutes trip. we need to charge before we go over here. This is a mountain pass with snow apparently, so that will be chaos again. So please follow it on this adventure episode to see if we end up in a ditch. I'm finished eating. Let's see what it estimates at Mo i Rana. There are many superchargers in between, so we don't need to go to Mo i Rana. And I'll need to pick up some coffee or something on the way. Let's see, 6%, perfect. We are now driving over, not a mountain pass, but an area with a lot of snow. So the traffic is super slow here. Super slippery conditions. So we need to take it easy. I think I might try to go to Lofoten today. But it depends on the road conditions. If there are, we are going over a major mountain pass, and there are a lot of tourists and yeah, German tourists with summer tires. That's also going to cross the mountain pass. So if I am stuck there, that's actually where the Arctic Circle is. So that will be in a couple of hours. Yeah, then we actually, yeah, I don't know what to do. Then we might take another night before we go over to Lofoten. But preferably I want to make it to the last ferry, or the last ferry to Lofoten today. That would be perfect. So there is much more snow than anticipated, and people are driving extremely slow. They are driving 35 in the 80 zone. Possibly because they have summer tires, and summer tires simply doesn't work here. Yeah. But today is the day where I just try to put the kilometers in. Just try to go as far as possible. And I can also do a status update on the efficiency and such right now. So we have driven 1,078 kilometers in total. That's from the start in the Bergen area. So we have an average efficiency of 160 watt-hour per kilometer. It's so snowy and slippery and cold. It's 1 degree Celsius outside, so it's pretty bad conditions because the snow is melting, and then you get this slush. And yeah, the current drive is 180 watt-hour per kilometer, so a little less efficient this drive because of the snow, of course, and the terrible road conditions up here, because there is a lot of road work as well. So we will just keep you updated on the status as we go along, and I hope that it doesn't become too much hassle to cross this mountain pass, but we will see. I think my goal for today will be to actually try to make it to the ferry. Of course, we will look at conditions and see how it is. We can always camp if we don't make it to the ferry. But the Tesla route planner estimates that we can make it to the ferry right now. But we still have the large mountain pass, Saltfjellet, the Arctic Circle, that we need to make. And yeah, we need to see then if we actually are going to make it to the ferry. but we need to hammer it. Tesla wants us to stop at 55 minutes at the Mosjoen supercharger. That's right before the mountain pass. Sorry, Rana is right before the mountain pass, but Mosjoen is right before Rana. So it's before the mountain pass. So I won't stop there for 55 minutes because that's not optimizing the charging curve of this car. So we might actually beat the route planner a little bit if we try to charge at Mosjoen, just enough to get to Rana, do a pretty deep charge in Rana. Actually, we want to see if we can make it to Rana immediately, if we can. Then maybe Storjord, which is the supercharger on top of the Saltfjellet, on top of the mountain pass. And then just enough to get to Fauske supercharger, which is a new supercharger when you're down from the mountain pass. This is a 250 kilowatt charger, which is awesome. And yeah, deep charge at Fauske, so we have enough when we land in Lofoten, because there is just one supercharger. No, there are actually two superchargers in Lofoten. So yeah, that's the plan. In short, hammer it, optimize charging curve, walk Pekko, my little dog, while we are supercharging, eat while we are supercharging, and just try to get over to Lofoten tonight. And if the road conditions worsen and we find trailers and camping tourists stuck on the mountain, we might need to actually camp one more night before we reach Lofoten. I have actually heard that there is a forecast for Aurora Borealis tonight. That's the Northern Lights. We are at a beautiful Mosjoen and we will just plug in here. You can hear the ice melting. $146 kilowatts as expected, since this is a V2 location. We are at 13% now. We arrived with 10. Okay, let's see. Okay, so our plan was to go to Rana. Can we go to and trip the Rana, go. We need to charge 10 minutes to go to Rana, and it's 1 hour and 10 minutes from here. I think we will just do that so we can do the deep charge and eat at Rana, so we don't get, yeah, so we get enough juice to go over the mountains here. So let's just charge for 10-15 minutes. I'll go to the bathroom and we'll walk Pekko a little bit. Beautiful area. Fantastic views. Just need V3 or V4. Okay, we have charged enough, so we will just continue on our trip to Rana. This was just a 10-minute stop, and then we will deep charge before the mountain pass and eat. I'm hungry. just plugged in at the last non-shared stall. So let's see what we get. Then I'll run in and order some food and then walk the little dog. We charged way too much, as usual, since I needed to eat and go a proper round with my little friend. So yeah, we need to catch the ferry, so we will just hammer on. We skipped the Fauske supercharger. The estimation says 10% when we arrive at the supercharger in Inava, which is also a popular station. And since that's 250 kilowatts, both are, but this one is further away, so we will arrive with a lower state of charge and travel faster. And it's also nice to have a low state of charge coming into Inava, and then we can charge up to the percentage we need over in Lofoten, because we are going on the ferry from a location very close to Inava. So I'm actually trying to skip Fauske now. We just drove through Fauske and skipped the supercharger there. It says 10%, but road conditions are horrible. So I think we will use more than that and arrive with a lower state of charge than 10%. So I will have to monitor the energy and drive carefully. Just walking Pekko a little bit. We actually have an estimated 7% on arrival, and it's rapidly declining. So I made sure to turn off the car now, so we make it to Inava. So we will see. We'll just jump in the car and get to Inava and do a deep charge there, and then we can let Pekko play a little bit more, because he has to be in the car on the ferry, and the ferry is like 2 hours, I think. So yeah, here's our numbers. And you can see that we have 7% on arrival in Inava in 58 kilometers. That should be fine. Oh, let's look at the ramp. 53, 99, 141, 168, 188, 202, 214. Let's go. I think we can reach pretty high now. And 241 was the maximum so far. Okay, that's pretty good. There is a Volvo charging and a Skoda Enyaq charging. These are V3 and all of those are V2. there is a ferry that goes earlier, so I'll try to make it to that one. 55%, that's more than enough. Let's go. Hello, after the ferry I didn't film too much. I'm just going to Henningsvær now. There was really bad road conditions with black ice, so I need to drive really carefully. That's conditions you need studded tires for, which is why everyone around here use it. So, because you'll just slide and you can't stop at all. So, yeah. Possibly the worst road conditions ever with black ice. So anyways, I am through the worst part. Now I'm 22 kilometers from where I am going to stay tonight. I'll share some updates from Lofoten and my time here, and of course the return trip, which will be super exciting. It was quite a drive up here, and I fear that conditions might be even worse on the return. Anyways, I'll go through the stats now, because I'm in Lofoten, so this is all the stats. And of course it includes every detour that I've taken, etc. So we are now at 1,782 kilometers, 1,782 kilometers. Our average efficiency has been 167 watt-hour per kilometer. So yeah, it has been quite a trip. Efficiency is about what I would expect for like winter driving, really, and it has been mostly winter driving. No surprises there. So the only surprises were all the closed roads, detours, cars that have gone off the road, bad road conditions, and a lesson learned for my part. If I'm going to the north again, maybe I want to invest in some studded tires. Even though these Hakkapeliitta studless are actually really, really good. On normal snow conditions, they are superb. And just as good as studded tires, but this black ice is really dangerous. If you climb a hill and you stop, you'll just go down and you can't control anything at all. The car will just, yeah, you need momentum all the time. You can't really brake, and when you can't brake and people are off the road, so they're in the way, or there are deer, there are moose here. Deer or moose or whatever other animals, badgers, yeah, you can't brake, so that sucks. Anyways, I survived, so I guess it's fine. So I'll share the beautiful Lofoten here, and I'll also share the return trip and all the decisions that we do while we are on return trip. The reason why I'm sitting with a jacket inside is because I have the climate set to pretty low, so that my puppy, or he's not a puppy anymore, but my dog here can sleep, because he will only sleep if it's kinda cold. At least he prefers it. He will sleep eventually anyways. So I try to be nice to him since he has been a trooper on this entire journey. And yeah, we are at 32% state of charge. The last charging stop was documented here. That was in Inava. I documented it. That was before the ferry. So I have documented all the charging stops. No worries there. And I'll be able, the place I'm staying at, I'll be able to charge via just an outlet, but it's fine. I'll be able to charge there. So that's why I didn't stop at Svolvær supercharger. But I want to check it out anyway, so I'll probably do that in another video. Because there is a supercharger, actually there are two superchargers on this half island. What's that called in English? Peninsula, maybe? Something like that? Yeah, the Lofoten Peninsula, maybe. Anyways, there are two sets of superchargers here, both V3, I think. Anyways, I'll try to document those as well, even though I don't need them for this trip. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will continue watching and consider subscribing maybe if you do like the videos. But most important for me would be like a comment with feedback. What would make you watch another episode? What should I include? Thank you.